RB Leipzig 3, Borussia Dortmund nil. Janusz Michallik and Marco Rose's old club thumped by Marco Rose's new club. Was it a case of the home side really good, the away team pretty poor, or a bit of both?
Yeah, it's always a little bit of both, but I think we all understood that RB Leipzig have been underperforming tremendously. If you look at that squad every game, it just makes you wonder. Obviously, I think looking ahead of the season, I think many have felt, at least I have, that maybe RB Leipzig is the one team that's going to challenge Bayern Munich for the title, and we know what has happened. Domenico Tedesco, the one who kind of came in last season because Jesse Marsch couldn't get things done, obviously has changed Borussia Dortmund. But when you start the new season in a way that they have, especially the last couple of games, right? I mean, you lose to Eintracht Frankfurt 4-1, and then you come at home against Shakhtar Donetsk, who for obvious reason lost majority of the best players, certainly the Brazilian players, in the manner in which they did. It's just, that the decision has to be made. I think that Domenico Tedesco would have gotten things right ultimately, because there's just too much talent. But Marco Rose comes back. He's been in with the Red Bull, I suppose, with Salzburg, winning 2 titles. Obviously, he is from Leipzig, lives very, very close. And I knew that sooner or later they were going to get things done. But it's probably good for him, at least Marco Rose and Leipzig, to do it against his former team in Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, and when the home side took the lead, Willi Orban, in just 8 minutes, even from that stage, you kind of thought to yourself, you know what, this is Leipzig's if they want it. Dortmund today just didn't really seem to get going.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if you saw it, but from the beginning, I mean, if you're going to give RB Leipzig and their front players this much space in behind, you're going to pay the price, right? Because Timo Werner, we knew how much he struggled at Chelsea because he wasn't able to get behind. He played well today, didn't score, obviously put it on the platter for Haidara on the last goal as well. But between Nkunku and Timo Werner alone, how many times during the game were they able to break on a counter in behind? Let's be honest, not the most mobile in Niklas Zule, and certainly Nico Schlottenberg, probably guilty on a couple of goals, right? The first one comes to mind, I think Willi Orban's header. He was very, very late. He had him from the beginning, didn't get there. On the last one, he was trying to the sliding tackle there. And I think first and foremost, he kept Timo Werner on side, and then could have won that ball, didn't, and in turn was a bad goal. So I just think ultimately Borussia Dortmund just too high of a line and just allowing Leipzig to play on the counter.
Once again, Gio Reyna coming off the bench. Now, it didn't make much of an impact today. No Dortmund player did. But with the transfer window now closed, what's he got to do to persuade the coach that, come on, I want to start games. I need to start games ahead of the World Cup in November?
No, I think Edin Terzic, as we know, remember when he was the interim head manager of Borussia Dortmund a couple of years ago, believed in Claudio Reyna. And Claudio Reyna, look at me, my former teammate and his dad. I'll never get that right. And so let's forget my former teammate Claudio Reyna and his dad. It's Gio Reyna, of course. Really gave him all kinds of confidence. Always told him that he believes in him. We all know the injury history with Gio Reyna right now, so it's just smart. This Dortmund team against Copenhagen, an easy win. Gio Reyna, absolutely tremendous, coming in a little bit earlier than he felt, probably, right? Because Torgan Hazard was injured. I think they have to be smart with him, and I think that's what Terzic is doing. It was only one change, right? And for injured Torgan Hazard, it was Marcus Wolf that came in, and I think there was always the case for Gio to come in. Perhaps Borussia Dortmund and Terzic feeling that hopefully it's not a lost game. And I think when Gio came in, there wasn't much that he could have done, to be quite honest. But I think we will see Gio getting more and more time. And I'm not saying that he has to be in a bubble, but I think Terzic understands how important of a player he is. So we'll see that in time.
I know we're September. That's November. Is he in your strongest US 11 for the World Cup for the first game right now, assuming that he's 100% fit?
Yeah, it's a fluid situation. I think depending on what the front three will be, and if the U.S. team will go with a number 9, then there's going to be fight between Brendan Aronson, Christian Pulisic, and Gio Reyna. The good news about Gio Reyna, maybe all of them, is that they're all capable and playing in every position. He is one of the most intelligent players, very much like his dad Claudio, that we have, and also though, because of the history in terms of injuries, he's a player that, as we know, and we've seen it in the Champions League just a couple of days ago, that makes a difference from the bench. So it could be a combination of for Gio Reyna, but he's going to be a key player for the United States and Borussia Dortmund going forward.
Yeah, but today wasn't their day. It was Marco Rose who got the 3 points for RB Leipzig. A very good performance. And with Bayern slipping up as well, a good day all round.
And that Marco Rose diamond, we could see it already. Let's not forget that, because it's his favorite when he's played with when he managed Gladbach and Borussia Dortmund, and you saw it today because Schlager came in. That was a big difference, by the way. I wanted to mention that because under Domenico, under the former coach, he didn't really play, did he, all that much? And he comes in today at the bottom of that diamond. So Szoboszlai, what a goal, by the way. We have to mention that because it was what a strike that was from 25-6, whatever it was, away. And then Konrad Laimer, who Bayern Munich wanted very much, on the other side, and Forsberg at the tip of the diamond. And we saw that today very, very often. So that's something that everybody needs to get used to.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.